Yo, yo, it's your man, Soular. It's another beautiful, beautiful day. All right, man. So, this message is going to be very simple. I just finished doing a nice little yoga workout. I've done this same routine hundreds of times. No cap. I've done this. I used to do this like every single day. And I took a good amount of time off from this specific routine. And even though I knew all the movements, it was interesting because I haven't done it in so long that when I did it again, I literally started to feel absolutely amazing. I'm like, it made me immediately think to myself, yo, like why did I ever stop doing this routine? And I do different workouts from time to time, but taking the time off of going hard, on certain things, I feel like I used to go a little overboard. So taking the time off from these and taking things a little bit slower, it was cool. It was chill. It was cool. It was like a season. Like sometimes it's summer and the sun be out and it's hot. Sometimes it's winter. It's just a different season. It's different times for different things, but they're both absolutely necessary. So one thing that I noticed was the fact that we're not necessarily getting younger in a sense. Like you can maintain your youth, you can maintain, your looks and stuff, but you're not necessarily getting younger. So I had to end that season and I had to, start giving myself more love, more attention, if you will. So this is my message to you guys is you don't want to wait until it's too late to start doing what's best for you. So many times do I see people making excuses on why they shouldn't go and stretch, why they don't need to stretch, why they don't need to work out, why they don't need to do this. That's fine. Go ahead. Don't do any of it. Meanwhile, I'm going to be doing my yoga flows like every day. I'm going to be maintaining my mobility, maintaining my energy levels. It's so funny that a lot of people, including myself at times, have been just too lazy to do anything. But the irony is that once you actually do certain workouts, once you actually do certain breath work, once you actually do some things, it actually gives you more energy. That's such a funny thing to me because we're like, oh, I don't have the energy for it. Well, yeah, you get the energy from it. Like you get the energy from doing it. Like, it's just so funny. Like you're going to literally lose energy doing nothing. You're gonna literally, like, there's a law on that, right? Isn't there a law on that? So an object in motion stays in motion and the object at rest like doesn't go anywhere. I don't know, loses it. I don't know. I think entropy, like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, what I do know is that you don't want to wait until it's too late to start feeling great. It takes nothing. It literally is free 99 to get up and stretch. Like, it's that simple, yo. Like, but I thought about it. I'm like, I play video games, right? So like one match in one of my games can take anywhere from like 20 to 30 minutes, especially if we're winning, 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm like, wow, like I can give this to a virtual character. I should definitely be giving this to myself. So I was given the option today to choose the 10-minute video, the 15-minute video. But then I scrolled some more and I saw the 30-minute video. And it's this video that I've done over and over and over again that has it's a yoga flow. And I was like, dang, am I about to sit down for 30 minutes and do this whole thing? And I'm like, bro, I used to do this all the time. What's the problem? And on top of that, you could sit there and play a game for 30 minutes, but you can't sit there and stretch and work out and evolve for 30 minutes. And when you think of it like that, it's like a no-brainer. Like, would you rather spend 30 minutes being stagnant? Or would you rather spend 30 minutes evolving? Like when you put it like that, it's a no-brainer. Of course, you'd spend 30 minutes evolving any given day. Oh, cute puppy. You wouldn't care to spend 30 minutes just doing nothing, being stagnant. That's not a choice you would make, but it's something that we always do anyway. We do it anyway. Like, the lack of making a decision and the lack of taking action on certain things is a choice, is an action. And then on top of that, the excuses that we make to do these things. Oh, well, I got to go do this later. I got to do that later. The reality is we all have the same 24 hours in a day. If you want something to truly happen in your life, you got to make the time for it. You don't make time. You got to reorganize things. You got to reprioritize things. So for me, I have plenty of time. I have the luxury of time. So I just make sure that my priorities are straight. I make sure that if I'm going to play a video game for 30 minutes in a day, I better be able to exercise or work out, because last thing I want to do, I don't want to get too old and not be able to touch my toes. I don't want to get too old. I don't want it to be a day where I don't want to be old. I don't want to be young and not being able to do these things. I don't want to be young and not be able to do a handstand anymore. No, I refuse. So this is just your sign. This is just your message. I'm speaking on doing yoga and working out and exercising and mobility and taking care of your body, but that's just one of the many dimensions of things. Another way you can evolve yourself is to educate yourself. If you can spend 30, 40 minutes scrolling on social medias, just scrolling mindlessly, then why can't you spend 30, 40 minutes studying a certain subject, learning a new skill, refining a skill, improving on something? Take the time to relax. Yes, please enjoy your lives. By all means necessary, enjoy your lives, enjoy your time. Take the time to relax. Take the time to breathe. But don't forget that you can use that time to evolve. You can use that time to create as well. Something that you can always evolve is your soul. I made a post today. I said, true value and true wealth cannot be taken from you. So, yeah, I'm talking about a more physical thing, but it becomes a mindset. It becomes a mentality. It's what they like, that word that we don't like to use, that we stay far away from, that word discipline. Yeah, it's that thing. It's sharpening that sword. When you choose to evolve and grow, you can do this and play. Work hard, play hard. I love that saying, because I'm definitely going to play. I'm going to make sure I have fun. So I just got to make sure I work hard too. And I always work hard. If I don't like starting things, and maybe you guys might resonate with this. One reason why I don't like to start things, I might not even want to start the workout, I might not even want to start this or start that, is because once I start, I don't stop. Once I start, I go all the way. That's why a lot of the time I don't even start certain projects, because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So because of that, sometimes I don't do anything. I don't do anything. And maybe some of you guys can relate to that. Maybe you're not afraid that you're going to fail. Maybe you're not afraid of those things. Maybe you're just afraid of success. Maybe you're afraid of being very successful in what it is that you're choosing to do. Maybe you're afraid that, once you start working out and you start feeling better and you're a success at that you're going to have to follow it up again tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. And maybe you're afraid that you can change and you can evolve who you are. But when you do that, you got to let go of all that self-hate version of yourself. And I mean, as crazy as it sounds, that's harder to do than what most people, tell you it is. It's difficult to let go of that self-hate version. It's difficult to let go of that lazy version. I have the ability to be very critical. I don't look at it as a curse. I look at it as a blessing. I have the ability to be very critical. So when I look at other people and I might criticize them, I immediately look at myself in that same instance and criticize myself and be like, yeah, but you ain't no better. Or yeah, but what are you doing to change it? Yeah, but what are you doing for yourself? Yeah, okay, they're like this, they're like that, they eat like this, they move like this, they spend their time like this, they spend their time like that. But how do you spend your time? And I always come back to myself. And what this does is it causes me to rise to the occasion and ignore everybody around me and just do what it is I need to do. So a lot of the time, like for me, it's very simple. If I can just get my body active, if I can just get moving, I love to see that sweat drip down my chest. I love to see that a little bit of sweat. I love to feel that strain. I love to feel the weaknesses. I love it when something's difficult because it shows me that, where I can work. I love anime. I'm an anime guy. So I love, those type of things. And all you do is see those characters, they just work out and harness and evolve themselves all day. And when they eat like crazy. And when they have fun, they have a whole bunch of fun. And I love being animated like that. I love being full of life. But when you're just sitting there, when you're just letting life pass you by, that very thought disturbs me. Like that, I fear that more than death. Like I don't even fear death. I fear not living while I have life. I don't fear death at all. I fear not living. I think the only reason why I would fear death is if, looking at it an aspect that you're running out of time. And I'm running out of time to do the things I want to do, but why would I fear death if I'm doing what it is I need to do? Why would I fear death if I'm living my life to my fullest every day? If I'm doing the best that I can every day? You don't want to wait until it's too late. If you have arms and legs and the ability to move and do that, please make use of it. If you have a cell phone, if you got internet, if you got Wi-Fi, if you got, cell phone service, connect with people who are going to help you evolve. Watch videos that are going to help you do what you want to do. They're going to help you evolve more. Educational things, DIY things, start gaining skills. If you have these things, start creating, start sharing content, start making content and sharing content. It doesn't have to be all physical. There are things that you could do that could be a mental practice. There are things that you could do that can sharpen your mind, that can bring awareness to the areas where you really need to work. So sometimes it's not always physical. Sometimes you have an opportunity to be triggered emotionally, to look at the fact that you don't have as much control of your emotions as you'd like. Somebody can control you. Someone control you and you respond to it and you don't like how that feels. Take that as an opportunity to look at why you're so triggered by certain things and fortify that area of your life, or start to improve on it, or start to look at it, ask questions why. Get to the root of your traumas. Don't just live life making excuses and using your traumas as excuses and making everything around you and everyone around you and all the situations around you excuses to not be evolving. Take it step by step. Maybe you don't need to jump straight into a parasite cleanse, but you can eventually. Maybe you don't need to jump straight into this crazy workout, but you can start taking small steps. Do small workouts. Maybe you don't need to start with 200 pounds, but maybe you can start with 30. Just get started. 70% of the growth I've learned and I've noticed takes place in the initiation, in the very beginning. If you could just get started, you've done 70% of the work. The other 30% is just consistency, maintenance, and consistency. That's the easy part. The hard part, like we all know, is getting started. And what makes it so hard is the fact that you have to change how you think. You have to change your priorities. You have to change your habits. And then once you start something, the difficult part can, for some people, can be to stick with it. But just stop making excuses. If you can get rid of the excuses to do it in the first place, like get up earlier, go to sleep earlier, reprioritize certain things. You might have to cut certain habits out. You might have to cut certain things out to fit certain things in. Maybe you got to learn how to let things go. Maybe you got to learn how to let people handle some of their own business and stop trying to take care of everybody's business for them. Maybe that's a way of you trying to get validation externally. Rather than doing things that you need to do for yourself, you just do things for other people, thinking you're a good person while you deteriorate. Because nobody's going to, at the end of the day, exercise for you. Nobody's going to eat for you. Nobody's going to live your life for you. So don't get too caught up in service. It's great to be of service. That's a beautiful thing to do. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful thing to do and be of service. Those snakes in the tree, that's cool. But don't get caught up putting your value in all that you do for the world. Your value is always going to be what you do for yourself and how you think about yourself and how you treat yourself. That is the source. That is going to be the core of the quality that you could provide to other people. So give yourself the best. Work on yourself. Heal yourself. Do whatever it takes to raise the bar for yourself. And you'll find yourself giving more, giving better to the world around you as well. And I'll end it with this. I always say to people, the best thing you can give to your loved ones, the best thing you can give to your kids, the best thing you can give to your partner, your parents, whoever it is the best version of you. But that's something that you got to start by giving to yourself. All right? It's your man, Soular. Y'all go check out the music and the release tabs on my page. Follow me, DM me if you want to book a personal reading for astrology. Go lock in a purpose real quick. You can start finding some direction. You know, I'm here. I'm always going to be here. So, till then, y'all hold it down, but keep it up. Peace.